Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my 5-week pregnancy update. Filming this today, I'm currently 6 weeks and 2 days pregnant. So I'm just gonna kind of start doing them like when I'm into like the next week a little bit. That way I can recap on everything that happened like legit from when I turned 5 weeks until I turned 6 weeks. So not much has changed since my 4-week update. I definitely still have the sore boobs and nipples. Today, it's not... I found that if I have a bra on all the time, they're not as sore. But only if I'm wearing like a really it's a very like stretchy, like comfy type bra. But it does give me just a little bit of support, just enough, you know? So I'm still having that. Nauseousness kind of comes and goes. I don't know if it's I think it's more I've just gotten used to it, if that makes sense. At first, like when I was like, okay, I don't feel like as crappy today, but like I still feel crappy. I like looked it up, like, cause I Google way too much. And a lot of people said that it wasn't as much as your symptoms, like they almost feel like your symptoms are decreasing, but it's not as much as your symptoms are decreasing as your symptoms, like you're just getting used to them, if that makes sense. And so I feel like that's definitely what's going on. I did have some spotting. So I think I would have been like 5 weeks and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 weeks and like 3 days, 5 weeks and 4 days. Yeah. 5 weeks and 4 days, I think is what it was. I had like some weird, like not cramping, but just like a weird like twinging feeling earlier in the day, like probably around like 11 o'clock or so. But I didn't really think too much of it. And then I was actually subbing at the school that morning, only for like a half a day. And then I had come home and it was probably about almost 4:30, because usually my husband gets home around 4:30 from work. And I had just went to the restroom just like normal, you know, because I go to the restroom a lot now. And when I wiped, there was blood. And I immediately, I was like semi-calm for a second, and I'm like, okay. But it wasn't bright red. It wasn't anything crazy. And I've not had anything up until now. I've not had any spotting. I've not had anything whatsoever. And so I immediately called my OB and talked to a nurse there, and she was like, you know, are you feeling any like pressure or anything when you go to the bathroom? And I was like, no, like I feel normal. Like I had a little bit of like some I just told her that I had some cramping like earlier in the day, but it wasn't anything severe. Like it was just like a tummy twinge type feeling, stretching type feeling, which is normal. I feel like it's something I've had this whole time. It randomly comes on, randomly goes away. But I didn't have any other cramping. And so she's like, monitor it. If you feel a panty liner, then you need to come in and be seen. But until then, just do like bed rest, like lay in bed. Don't do anything crazy. Don't put anything in your vagina, and just kind of monitor it. So I did, and I had a little bit of a freak out when my husband got home because of my history of having 2 early miscarriages. I was just like, okay, this is it. You know, I mean, like anybody that has been trying to conceive, I mean, really, I feel like anybody that's early on in pregnancy and that happens, you're going to freak out a little bit, especially like trying for as long as we have. Like it was just very emotional for me. And so I kind of had a little bit of a freak out. So I pretty much I laid in bed the rest of the evening. I had a little bit of spotting, but it turned to brown very quickly. There hardly was any red at all. It was mainly brown, and it was just, I never filled a panty liner. I never had anything in a panty liner at all. And it was only when I wiped, and by, I'm going to say Wednesday afternoon, it had completely stopped. And it was only when I went to the bathroom. And so, I called my OBGYN back, talked to the same nurse again, and just told her, you know, like, I think it's done. I talked to a couple friends, and they're like, it might have been implantation bleeding, and it was just making its way out. And so I kind of like felt reassured a little bit about that. The nurse wasn't overly concerned. She's like, if you're not having any cramping, you're not having anything else, it's normal, it's okay. You know, just come in for your appointment that's on the 22nd. So I felt a little bit better, half felt better. I'm like, okay. So we went camping this past weekend. We went one last time. We just went to some of our friends' house, and camped for the weekend with them. And on Saturday morning, which I would have been exactly 6 weeks that day because I turn a new week on Saturdays. When I went to the restroom, wiped again, had some brown spotting, and I'm like, great. But it kind of came and went. Like, it wasn't very much. And then most of the time it was mixed in with like some discharge. And I'm just going to give you a TMI warning now. Like, I'm sorry, but you're probably watching this if you're the same, like if you're pregnant too. So you are okay with this type of stuff, or at least I would hope so. But it was kind of mixed with like some discharge. So it wasn't like, it was just kind of like you could see like little like bits of brown, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't like a full on like spot on the toilet paper, if that makes any sense. And so it kind of like came and went away and didn't really have, like, it was fine. And then it kind of continued into Sunday a little bit, but not really. And then, so I would have been 6 weeks one day. Today is Monday as I'm filming this. So I'm 6 weeks in 2 days, and I've had a little bit, but like not much. And so I've done a lot of like Googling, which I probably shouldn't do. And from what I'm reading, some people it's completely normal. Some people it's ended in an early miscarriage. Some people it means it's an ectopic pregnancy. But I'm not having any like bad cramping. I'm not having any back pain. I'm not having any shoulder pain. And it's only been just a little bit, and it's only when I wipe sometimes. It's like almost like every other time. And it's mixed, and most of it is mixed with like some discharge. So I'm still like optimistic. Like, I don't think it's anything bad. I think it's just, obviously brown blood means old blood. So I think it's just something that is working its way out. And I'm hoping that that's all it is. Like, on Friday before we went camping, I mean, I wasn't lifting a bunch of heavy things, but I took like all of our stuff out to our camper and like loaded everything up. So I'm kind of wondering if it kind of happens like when the more rigorous activity I'm doing, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't know for sure. But then like yesterday, when we got home, we cleaned the entire camper out because we need to winterize it and put it up for the winter time. So obviously I was doing a lot then too, but it's not unusual for me to like do stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest, like ever since I like have become pregnant and I've been like really tired, like I haven't done as much. And so I don't know if maybe it's sensitive in there. And like my one friend, she is like very, very knowledgeable on everything TTC. They had tried to have a baby for like years. And she is a sonographer. And so she like scans herself like every day at work almost. And so she's super knowledgeable in all of that. And so that's who I like text a lot just to like, ask questions. And so she said, you have a very high increased blood volume going to your vagina. And so, I mean, even like she said, like you could strain to poop, like because I have been, another TMI warning, constipated. And so she said it could be just from that, like just literally anything like that can cause that. And the fact that it's not constant, and the fact that it doesn't fill my underwear or a panty liner, and it's not bright red, she said it's not really that concerning. But I'm still a little, feel like anybody would be. So I did call my OB this morning. I called first thing, like as soon as they opened, in hopes that maybe they would have an appointment today, but they were completely booked today. So I am going tomorrow morning, like first thing. They didn't move up my first like appointment. It's just a generic appointment, but I'm hoping that they'll do an ultrasound or something just to make sure. I just want to make sure that the baby is where it's supposed to be and that it's not an ectopic pregnancy I hope to God it's not. And I don't feel like it is, but my anxiety is just very high right now. I have bad anxiety anyways, and it's a little something, right now. And so I'm hoping that she'll do an ultrasound just so I can be reassured, and like hopefully the baby is where it's supposed to be. The baby should potentially have a heartbeat by now too. So, I mean, they didn't want to like move up my appointment any earlier than the 22nd, which I'll be 8 weeks and 2 days on the day of that appointment. because she said that people like freak out if they don't like see anything, which I've done a bunch of research. Like I kind of know what to expect regardless. And so I hope that they do an ultrasound just so I can be completely reassured that everything is fine. So yeah. Another symptom that has kind of started, which I don't know if it's necessarily like because of pregnancy. I feel like a little bit of it could be because you have a decreased, like your immune system is lower, but also because of like, I guess like blood flow and stuff, like you can get really like nasally. And so, for the last few days, I've been like super like congested feeling, coughing, sneezing, having to blow my nose a lot. Which I think is normal. Like I don't think I'm sick. I think I'm just congested, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel anything like in my chest. I don't feel sick anywhere else. It's just my nose area. So I literally just think that that's a pregnancy thing. Don't really have any more headaches. I was getting some headaches in the beginning, but not really anymore. I'm trying to keep my nauseousness at bay a little bit. I found that if I just try, like, I have to force myself to like eat something and drink something like as soon as I wake up, which a lot of people have told me like is what they did, or like just eating little things throughout the day. And so I'm trying to be a lot better about that in this last like week. And so yeah, like, and half the time I make myself something and I took like 2 bites of it because it sounded good, but then it didn't sound good. So some food aversions there as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The bloating is still there. Yeah, I feel like it comes and goes, but like, it's definitely like, if I'm just like sitting, I don't notice it as much, but when I get up, I'm just like, bleh. Like, oh, and acne. Holy Mother of Jesus. My face, like I've always struggled with acne. I'm not going to tell you that I had perfect skin before this happened, because I 110% did not. But my skin, when I tell you that my face hurts. Like I literally, like, I'm going to show you, and I hope that this isn't too gross for anybody, but like you can see like this one. This is literally like and it's all cystic acne. It's not even like whiteheads. It's cystic acne, like under the skin, and it's all coming up. Like literally all of this has all come up just since I found out that I was pregnant. All of that. I've got one here on the side of my nose that I've started to like kind of be able to like get rid of. Here, all of that. The side of my face. I even have one right here, and it hurts so bad. I mean, behind my ears, in my hairline. I mean, it's literally ridiculous. I mean, it's just so bad. Like my face hurts. Like my skin hurts so bad. Like it's a hot mess. And so yeah, but I think that's pretty much the only updates I really have. My breast pump should be coming today, which I think I had mentioned in my 4-week update that I had already ordered that, which I know is like super soon to order something like that, but I apparently had already met my deductible. I didn't even know that we had a short enough deductible like that, but for stuff like that with our insurance. So I was able to get an upgraded pump package. I just got the Spectra S2, I think, the pink one, the one that plugs into the wall. I just got that one, but I was able to do the upgraded package that included a pump bag and extra accessories. And so I think that's coming today, actually, which it just shipped on Thursday or Friday. And so I was not expecting it until maybe sometime towards the end of this week. But when I did the tracking number, it said it was like on the truck for delivery today, but it's also coming via FedEx, and I do not like FedEx. Sorry if you work for FedEx or if you do like FedEx, but in our area, we have horrible luck with anything FedEx coming to our house. I don't know why. It's horrible. They leave stuff out in the rain when there's a door to our, like we have a screened in porch, and we have like a storm door that like goes into the screen porch, and then we have like our front door. Like they will literally leave stuff right outside the storm door when it's pouring down rain instead of just like opening the door and setting it inside. Like UPS literally brings it up to, we have like a little built-in like bench shelving unit thing on our porch, like right outside of our front door. And they will literally bring it and set it up onto that. And FedEx literally just sets it right outside in the rain. Like not even under our little like overhang, like in the rain. So And they just don't deliver stuff sometimes. Like, it says it's supposed to be here and then it'll show up 3 days later. So I don't know. Anyways, so hopefully it will be here today. If it does come today, I will try to film a video on that as well. But yeah, just exhausted, bad insomnia, you know, just trying to cook a baby over here. So yeah, don't mind my dogs. You can probably hear them. My dog and cat love to play with each other. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this 5-week update. I will be back with more videos the rest of this week. And then back next week with my 6-week update. If you've also had any issues with bleeding, please comment below, because I know, like, I myself have, like, been looking at YouTube videos of people talking about the same problem that they've had, just to kind of reassure myself, and I've read through comments and everything, and I do feel like that has helped me a lot to, like, learn other people's experiences. So if this has also happened to you, please leave a comment down below so I can read it and so other people can also read it. And yeah, so please like, subscribe, make sure you turn the bell notification on, and I will see you guys next time with a new video. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.